this lesson, I'm going to look at the process by which we can carry out a mail merge. You can see that I've logged on as a user Susan May, and I'm going to navigate to the Communications tab within the My CRM area. So I'm looking currently at the Calendar tab. Now the Calendar tab is one of the tabs within the system in which you would see a document drop icon displayed on the right hand side. Now you can see that in my system the document drop does not yet have the icon correctly displayed, and you can see that I'm also being prompted to download and install a plugin. This plugin is the plugin that is responsible for not only the upload of documents into the library, but it's also used to carry out the mail merge. So I'm going to install that, and this is going to allow me to now carry out mail merge tasks. Once the plugin is installed, you can see that the icon has been displayed here on the right hand side. In terms of checking to see that that's been installed on a particular client machine, you can have a look at the Manage Add-ons within inside Internet Explorer, and you'll see the X-Eware control has been installed. This may be disabled in some users' machines, so you need to make sure that if they are having difficulty with mail merge, then this is an enabled plugin. Another place to look for this is within the download files location, and you can see the the X-Eware control listed here. So let's see the process of carrying out a mail merge. So I'm going to navigate to a company and start the process. Mail merge allows you to carry out mail merges within different contexts, so we can carry out a mail merge for a document, for a contact within the context of an opportunity, within a case, within a quote, and the different processes work in slightly different ways. I will look separately in another lesson at the way in which we can create the different document templates for the general context plus the context for quotes and orders. So those will be in separate lessons. In this lesson I just want to go through very quickly and merge out with one of the existing standard templates provided within the default system. So I'm just going to be the standard brochure cover letter. Once I've selected this, the merge takes place, and what's happening is that we're aware of our context, we're aware of the document that needs to be merged, and CRM is using the ActiveX plugin in order to carry out the communication between the database and the copy of Microsoft Word. If we have a look at this slide, this is starting to explain what's going on. We're using our X-Eware control. It's also known as the Eware plugin x.ocx, and when we are inside the CRM screen and we want to start the process, that plugin has to have been loaded into our screen in order for the mail merge request to be created. The request for that initiates a request into the database following a certain view. So the query that retrieves the database data for the merge depends on the context that we're in, and I'll look at the different views that we use in a moment. But the query is issued, the result set is handed back, and a local database is created within the client. So the plugin is creating a file, or one or more files, one or two files up in the client for the merge to then take place. And you can see here that different views are being used for this purpose, and there are different merge files being created. Now back inside our Word document, we can see that the merge has taken place, and we can return into CRM and we can type in the details of this communication. I'm going to save that, and that document along with this communication record will be saved into CRM. Now I'm looking at a company called A&W Services. This document that I've just merged is available within inside the library now, and it's linked to the communication that was created. So at any point I can come back and refer to this again. If I filter, so I'm looking at completed tasks, we can see there the mail merge that has gone out, and we can see that if we examine this, we can view the attachment from in here, and we can see therefore we have access to that record. And after merging, the document would have been unloaded from Word and stored up into the CRM system. Now where is this stored? Well, you can see that I've come into the library folder on the server, and my install of CRM is called CRM, and this setting of where the library is found is governed by the information in the Documents and Reports settings screen, and that's something that I've covered in another lesson. So here you can see that there are a number of different folders contained within the library, and if we look down into A, we can see A&W Services stored here with the document that we've just created. So the merge is automatically following a set of rules to create a folder within the alphabetized identification of that company, saving the record there. Now how does it know that it should be saved into that particular folder? Well, against the company record we can see that if any particular company like A&W Services, we can see that the library directory relative to the overall position of the library within the file structure tells us here where it should store the data, and that library path is determined by the by CRM when we store and create a new company record. So that path is assigned as the company is created. And there would also be an equivalent path for the associated child records of for the person records underneath the company. If we carry out a merge or a data upload and we're not in the context of the company, then what would happen is that those documents would be stored against the user. So here you can see in the system that I'm using that the system administrator has uploaded documents, so has Kylie Ward, and so has Susan May. If we look into any of these, we'll see that what types of documents that they're stored against. They're stored against communications, which may not be linked to an individual company, but the information would still be stored within inside the folder structures and linked into Sage CRM. So what you should see now is an understanding of the way in which the mail merge depends on this plugin, and that the plugin is carrying out the job of allocating and saving the data into the library. But we should go back and have a look at understanding the data that has been carried through into the mail merge. After all, we mentioned that there are different views used depending on the context that we're in. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm going to look at the idea of just the vmail merge company, and we can see that there a particular file has been used, which is the emerge0.dat temporary file. That's created inside our file structure up in the client, but if we look first of all as an administrator, so I'm going to log off and log on as a system administrator. We can see now underneath the administration area, underneath customization, and if we go to our company, entity, we can look at the views, and we'll be able to see the views that are used in the context of the mail merge. So this is a view that can be altered. It's an example of a system view rather than a core view. So although it is possible to be edited, it is nevertheless something that you should carry out only very carefully, and you should be prepared to roll back any of those changes if necessary. The database files which are created for the mail merge, the emerge0.dat and the other ones which are associated with the quote process, you will find these inside the temporary folder underneath the documents and settings, the name of the user, local settings, temp. So that's the typical location that these are created. And the contents of the file, if we look at this, we can see where we've got the information for Bob Coomber. This is the person that we carried out the mail merge for, and it's containing all the information that was defined by the view. And not only the view information is contained, but there's also additional user information that has been appended. Now, this additional user information excludes password information, but it does have other information which can be useful inside the user templates. The information that we have, the reason why we've got so much information coming from the view is that we can then use that information inside the templates to allow us to carry out any types of switching behavior that the standard mail merge function of Word allows. And that's something that we will discuss in one of the follow-up lessons on the creation of the templates. So you should now have an idea of the mechanisms that are used during mail merge, and you should know as well about the locations and importance of the emerge0.dat file. So that then is the mechanism for mail merge inside Sage CRM.